Good morning. Today we are going to learn about civil disobedience movement. Last time we were discussing the process for the civil disobedience movement, and today we are going to learn the civil disobedience movement. Our today's topic is civil disobedience movement, Gandhi Rule Act, and second session of Roundtable Conference. These three topics we are going to discuss today. We have seen the three factors responsible for the launching of civil disobedience movement. Which are they? They are the Simon Commission, Nehru Report, and Purna Swaraj Resolution. The Congress Working Committee held another session at the Sabarmati Ashram in February 1930. The Congress held a special meeting of the Working Committee in the month of January 1930, and as per the meeting, they decided to celebrate complete Independence Day on 26 January. Thus they celebrated 26 January as the complete Independence Day. And again, in the month of February, they held another special meeting, and in that meeting, they entrusted Mahatma Gandhi the responsibility of launching civil disobedience movement. The International Congress decided to start a civil disobedience movement, and they entrusted Mahatma Gandhi the launching of the movement. Thus Mahatma Gandhi was thinking how to start the civil disobedience movement, how to launch the movement. You know, civil disobedience means disobedience, disobey the rules and regulations of the British, violate or break the rules and regulations made by the British, that is civil disobedience. So thus Mahatma Gandhi thought how to start the or how to launch the civil disobedience movement. During that time, the British has passed the salt laws, and as per the salt laws, Indians were forbade from manufacturing salt. And we all know salt is very essential for all the people. Salt is such a commodity that cannot be avoided by the people in their life. I don't think there is any other commodity is as essential as salt in our daily life. All the people need this salt for cooking or other purpose. All the people need salt. And as per the salt laws passed by the British, Indian people cannot manufacture salt, cannot collect salt, and they increased the tax also. So all the people, since all the people are using, all the Indians are using it, if the tax of salt is increased, the British can get much income from this salt tax. And thus salt law was passed by the British. Mahatma Gandhi thought, since the salt laws are affecting the Indians, the entire Indians, Mahatma Gandhi planned, decided to break the salt laws. Mahatma Gandhi decided to violate the salt law. Thus Mahatma Gandhi started the civil disobedience movement by the famous Salt Satyagraha, or the famous Dandi March. So we are learning what is the Dandi March or the Salt Satyagraha. Dandi March is 1930. Dandi March is also known as Salt Satyagraha. So Mahatma Gandhi decided to violate the salt laws. He wanted to collect salt from seawater. Indians were forbidden from manufacturing salt from seawater. So Mahatma Gandhi wanted to break the law and he wanted to collect it. He wanted to manufacture salt from seawater. Thus he started the Dandi March. And the Dandi March was started from 12th March. Mahatma Gandhi along with some of his followers conducted a march from Sabarmati Ashram to Dandi. Dandi is a small village in the Gujarat coast. So Mahatma Gandhi along with some 78 followers left Sabarmati Ashram on 12th March and they led a march towards Dandi, the coastal region, Dandi. They reached Dandi on 5th of April 1930. And the next morning, on 6th April, Mahatma Gandhi collected salt from seawater. He manufactured salt from seawater. Thus, he broke the salt law passed by the British. The news of this salt law, the salt satyagraha, this is known as the Dandi March of the salt satyagraha, soon spread to different parts of the country. People in different parts of the country started violating the rules and regulations passed by the British. The news of Salt Satyagraha reached to the northwestern part of India, eastern part of India and southern part of India. So people broke different, along with the salt laws, they violated different other laws passed by the British. They violated salt laws, they violated forest laws, they were not ready to pay the taxes. So like that, the activity, there was a flurry or a hectic activities were there associated with the salt satyagraha. In northern part of the salt satyagraha or the civil disobedience movement, not salt satyagraha, the civil disobedience movement spread to the northwestern part of India, where the Pathans, under the leadership of Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, they also popularized or spread this civil disobedience movement. And the most interesting thing is, when the civil disobedience movement spread to eastern parts of the country, normally the eastern part of the country, eastern part of our country, that remained aloof from all the nationalist activities or national movements. Only the people in Bengal, they participated in the national movement, but the other people, like people belonging to Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland, like these regions were not a part of the national movement. But when the civil disobedience movement started, civil disobedience movement spread to eastern part of the country also. A 13-year-old girl named Rani Gedilu, she was also very much inspired by the civil disobedience movement of Mahatma Gandhi, and she also popularized the civil disobedience movement in eastern part of the country. She became the leader of the civil disobedience movement in eastern part of the country. Thus, civil disobedience movement became very popular, and when the civil disobedience movement spread to different parts of the country and it became very popular, people started picketing the liquor shops, people started boycotting the foreign goods, people started to violate the salt laws. So many activities were associated with the civil disobedience movement, and large number of people also joined with the civil disobedience movement. So British felt that the civil disobedience movement, if the movement is going in such a way, that will be a very big threat to the existence of the British in India. That's why they planned to suppress the movement. First of all, they started to ask the Indian people who participated in the satyagrahas, in this civil disobedience movement. So that's almost more than 90,000 and they used to seize the properties of the people who were participating in the civil disobedience movement. They used to punish the people who are participating in the civil disobedience movement by flogging and like this. So this repressive measures they started. Mahatma Gandhi also was arrested. Along with these secretaries, most of the leaders were also arrested. Mahatma Gandhi was also arrested. Although the leaders were arrested, people were ready to go with this civil disobedience obedience movement. Thus, the movement was getting momentum. It was during that time the British conducted a roundtable conference in London in the year 1930. A roundtable conference was held in London. A roundtable conference, there was a meeting held in England in order to discuss the recommendations of the Simon Commission. British organized or British conducted 3 sessions of roundtable conference from 1930 to 1932. 1930 to 30. Okay. Is it? 1930 to 30. 3 sessions were held. Is the roundtable. Roundtable conference. Okay. 3 sessions of the roundtable conference were held. It was from 1930 to 1932. And these Indians were also called to participate in these sessions. The first session held in the month of December to January 1931. Okay, from December 12, 1930 to 19 January 1931. The first session of the roundtable conference was from December 12, 1930 to 19 January 1931. And Mahatma Gandhi was in jail. He was arrested due to this participation in the civil disobedience movement. Mahatma Gandhi was arrested. Mahatma Gandhi asked the Indian National Congress not to send any representatives to the roundtable conference. Thus, when the roundtable conference, first session of the roundtable conference held, Indian National Congress did not send any of its representatives, but representatives of all the other parties, all the other communities, religion, they all representatives all participated in the first session of the roundtable conference. But being the most powerful and the biggest political party in India, British realized that in the absence of the Congress, taking some decision is meaningless. The first session of the roundtable conference is meaningless. British realized that it is meaningless because in the absence of Indian National Congress, it is not suitable to take any decision. Thus, the first session of the roundtable conference was failure because the Congress did not participate in the first session of the roundtable conference. And thus the British government decided to conduct another session. But before that, they wanted to get the participation of the Indian National Congress. And in order to make sure the participation of the Indian National Congress, Mahatma Gandhi sent, the then Viceroy, Lord Irwin, sent some of the Indian leaders to Mahatma Gandhi to meet him at the jail. So thus, the leaders, some Indian leaders, they went to jail and met Mahatma Gandhi, and they discussed the matter that the British are demanding the participation of Indian National Congress in the second session of the Round Table Conference. So Mahatma Gandhi put forward some demands, demands before the mediators, and they introduced the matter to the Viceroy. The Viceroy was ready for a compromise. Thus, between Mahatma Gandhi and the then Viceroy, Lord Irwin, an agreement was made, and this agreement is known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So, Gandhi-Irwin Pact is another important topic we have to learn in this lesson. Civil disobedience movement, then this Dandi March, okay. Civil disobedience movement starting by the Dandi March. So, our one of the main topic is the Dandi March. The second one is the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Gandhi-Irwin. Gandhi-Irwin Pact. This was in 1931. In March 1931. In March 1931, there was an agreement between Mahatma Gandhi and the then Viceroy, Lord Irwin, and this agreement is known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. This is important. Some of the provisions of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Viceroy Lord Irwin met Mahatma Gandhi in order to make sure the participation of the Indian National Congress in the second session of the Round Table Conference, which they were planning to conduct later. So Irwin asked Mahatma Gandhi to participate in the second session of the Round Table Conference. Either Mahatma Gandhi or representatives of Indian National Congress to participate in the second session of Round Table Conference. So Mahatma Gandhi agreed. Indian National Congress would send their representative in the second session of the Round Table Conference. But Mahatma Gandhi made some demands. If the Indians have to, International Congress is to participate in the second session of the Round Table Conference, then Viceroy must give some assurance. So the demands made by Mahatma Gandhi were, some of the important demands made by Mahatma Gandhi were, first one, to stop all the prosecutions against the Indians. All the prosecution against the Indians means those who participated in the civil disobedience movement were arrested and prosecution procedure was started. So Mahatma Gandhi asked them to stop all the prosecutions against the Indian people. Another demand was to release all the political prisoners. More than 90,000 demonstrators were arrested by the British police and imprisoned. So Mahatma Gandhi demanded the release of all the political prisoners who have participated in the civil disobedience movement, except those who were imprisoned for those who were arrested for the charges of violence. So release of all the political prisoners. Then again, peaceful picketing of liquor shops and foreign cloth shop. The British must permit Indians to picket shops which are selling foreign liquor and foreign made clothes. And one more important demand of Mahatma Gandhi was to permit the Indians who are living in coastal region to manufacture salt. People who are living in coastal region are mostly dependent on the activities associated with the sea. Their livelihood is dependent on the sea. They are mainly dependent on their livelihood is mostly fishing and manufacturing salt. These were the main occupations or the main livelihood of the people in the coastal region. That's why Mahatma Gandhi asked Viceroy Lord Irwin to allow the Indian people who are living in the coastal region the right to collect or manufacture salt from seawater. These were some of the main demands put forward by Mahatma Gandhi. Lord Irwin agreed all these demands. Lord Irwin was ready to accept all these demands. In return to all these demands, Viceroy Lord Irwin also demanded two things, mainly two things. One is participation of Indian National Congress in the second session of Roundtable Conference. Second one was suspension of civil disobedience movement. Suspension of civil disobedience movement. Thus, two demands put forward by Lord Irwin. And this Mahatma Gandhi agreed these demands of Irwin also. Thus, a mutual agreement was signed between Gandhi and Irwin, that is known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. And as per this Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Mahatma Gandhi was released and Mahatma Gandhi agreed to participate in the second session of Roundtable Conference. Second session of Roundtable Conference is also important one. So thus, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement in 1931. Okay, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement in 1931. What was the reason for why Mahatma Gandhi suspended it? Because of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. You remember, because of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement in 1931. Okay, we'll learn again. The civil disobedience movement, Mahatma Gandhi is renewing the civil disobedience movement. So, in 1931, why Mahatma Gandhi suspended the civil disobedience movement? It's as this due to the Gandhi Pact. Okay. Then, next one is the second session of the Roundtable Conference. Second session of the Roundtable Conference was held from 7th September. 7th September 1931 to 1st December 1931. Okay. 7th September 1931 to 1st December 1931. A second session of the Roundtable Conference was held in England. This time also, the British asked the representatives of India, representatives of various political parties and various communities were asked to participate in the second session of the Roundtable Conference. Thus, as per the Gandhi Pact, Mahatma Gandhi agreed to go to England as the representative of Indian National Congress. Mahatma Gandhi participated in the second session as the representative of Indian National Congress. And when the second session was started, Mahatma Gandhi made some demands. Mahatma Gandhi asked to discuss the matter of India's independence, granting dominion status to India. Like these matters were put forward by Mahatma Gandhi, but these matters were not at all discussed. Some other representatives from India, they were discussing the topic of communal representation, like these matters. Earlier, we have seen in 1909, in the Monumental Reforms, the British granted communal separate electorate to the Muslims, communal electorate to the Muslims. So similarly, in the second session of the Roundtable Conference, other communities also started to demand communal electorate or separate electorate. Okay, other communities, this Buddhist, Jain, Anglicans, okay, Europeans, scheduled castes, like these various other communities started demanding separate electorate. And Mahatma Gandhi's demand for discussing the matters related to India's freedom was not at all taken into consideration. It was not discussed at all. But Mahatma Gandhi got disappointed. The main topic to be discussed was not the religious or communal matters. The main topic to be discussed was India's freedom. So Mahatma Gandhi got disappointed and he got angry. Mahatma Gandhi left the second session of Roundtable Conference. He boycotted and came back to India. So the second session of the Roundtable Conference was also failure because in the middle of this meeting session, Mahatma Gandhi boycotted the second session, that conference, and he came back to India. After coming back to India, Mahatma Gandhi found that the condition of the farmers, Indian farmers, are very poor because there was a great depression in 1930, 1929 and 1930. There was a great depression. The Great Depression of 1929 and 30 means a very big financial crisis was there in India. It was not only in India. This financial crisis affected almost all the nations of the world. It was mainly because of the First World War. Due to the First World War, there was a big economic crisis in most of the nations of the world. India was also affected by this Great Depression very badly. The condition of the farmers became very worse. So Mahatma Gandhi sought an interview. Mahatma Gandhi wanted to have an interview with the then Viceroy, Lord Wellington. Lord Wellington was the then Viceroy. Mahatma Gandhi sought an interview with the Viceroy, but Viceroy refused for an interview. He was not ready to have a talk with Mahatma Gandhi. So Mahatma Gandhi, since the Viceroy was not ready to talk or to have an interview or discussion, Mahatma Gandhi again started the civil disobedience movement. He renewed the civil disobedience movement in 1930. Okay. So civil disobedience movement started in 1930. Okay. 1930 it started, but it was suspended in 1931. Again it is renewing in 1932. Okay. Mahatma Gandhi renewed the civil disobedience movement in 19. Renewed the civil disobedience movement in 1932. And thus the civil disobedience movement was once again started in 1932. Since the second session of the Roundtable Conference, second session of the Roundtable Conference was failure. The British in that session also they could not take any decision, and that is why the British government decided to conduct one more session, that is a third session of the Roundtable Conference. A third session of the Roundtable Conference again held in the year 1932 only. That is from 17 November onwards. One more session was called, and this time not much participation was there in the Roundtable Conference, but the British has taken some decision. But the third session of the Roundtable Conference is not an important topic. It is important, but for this year, for the current year syllabus, it is not an important topic. That's why we are not going to that third session. Anyhow, after the second session of the Roundtable Conference, once again, Mahatma Gandhi renewed the civil disobedience movement. But British started to use repressive measures against the civil disobedience movement. Brutal measures were adopted by the British to suppress the civil disobedience movement. They again started to arrest the Indian people who were participating in the civil disobedience movement. They declared Congress as illegal. So Congress is an illegal organization, and participation in Congress activities also considered as illegal. So Congress declared it illegal. The Satyagrahis or the demonstrators were arrested, they were imprisoned, their properties were seized or captured, and like this, many repressive measures were adopted by the British. And during that time, another incident also took place. There was a communal fighting. Communalism fanned during this time. Communal dispute was there. This upper class started to discriminate the lower class people. There was clashes between Hindus and Muslims. So communal problem also took place, and due to which Mahatma Gandhi or the Indian National Congress decided to suspend the civil disobedience movement. Thus, once again, the civil disobedience movement was suspended in the year 1934. Okay, first time the civil disobedience movement was suspended in 1931. Civil disobedience movement first time suspended in 1931. What was the reason? Due to Gandhi Act. And again in 1934, it was suspended by the Congress. Okay. Reasons were, one is the repressive policies adopted by the British, and the second one, communalism. So these two, due to these reasons, civil disobedience movement ended. Thus, by 1934, civil disobedience movement ended. That's all about this topic. So, in today's topic, what else you have to learn? Civil disobedience movement, there is the Gandhi March. Okay, first topic is Gandhi March. Gandhi Gandhi Pact. Then the second session of Roundtable Conference. Second session. Second session of Roundtable Conference. These are the three main topics you have to learn in today's class. Okay? So, you read the lesson well, understand it, and learn it. Thank you.